Hello and welcome to the Carthago showroom in Aulendorf, Germany. This is a Carthago integrated 5.9 XL LE motorhome. You can get it on a Fiat or a Mercedes base. This one here is on a Fiat. Tag axle at the back. We come with a single axle, Mercedes as well, and 853 centimeters long. Base price is about 124.5. So by the time you've paid for all of the extras, the options, you're probably looking at 180. Well, the sky's the limit. I can't say, the base price doesn't actually mean anything. So queen bed at the back, and let's move to the back to see a bit of the vehicle. So queen bed, we've got storage on both sides as always, and storage above. Now let's come up to, oh sorry, I should film the steps up, shouldn't I? There you go. There's step number 1. There's step 2, and from step 2 you can probably get into bed. And if you need step 3, it's there. Wardrobe has an interesting feature that it's got a bar up there. What's interesting about that, you may say? Well, what's interesting was it would be better if the bar were attached to here and came out with the door. At the back here, we've got these storage places, which is always useful. And we've got these things, which always isn't useful. There you've got USB, and there's this little cubby hole to put your whatever you have you connected to the USB cable. Could be a telephone, for example, or whatever else you might, beer cans, you might want to have a quick drink if you wake up in the night, something like that. The bed here, this bit lifts up should you so require, and that's it. Here, there's a television there. Why is the television to one side? Well, you can actually put the television over a bit. And you do that by moving this out like that. I'm trying to do this one hand. And then pulling that over like that. That's released the... And up here, we've got this bar. So let's pull this one over as well, if I can. If I can. Yes, I can. And that goes over like that. And now you've got the television and up there, and you can watch it in bed from here. So that's what the bed would look like in this position. As you can see, I'm sort of hanging off the end a bit because I don't want to put my shoes onto the nice clean mattress. Should you have the urge to have a quick shower or something, you can nip in here, and what we've got here is this wonderful large changing room in here, and you can close this up as well. Release this, pull it across, close the door, and you can close this one as well. And this, I think, is outstanding. I think there's something missing there, or is that where the lock goes? Could be where the lock goes. Toilet in there with Alde heating. Here we've got a wardrobe. And the shower, you can see it uses the full height of the vehicle, and whereas I'm not standing at it at present, just gets the idea, right? Indeed, you've even got the skylight above it, and I suppose you can even hang your wet socks on this as well once you've washed them at night, for those of you who do wash your socks at night. We're now unfortunately coming into the season where they won't be dry in the morning. Today is the 24th of September and I don't like the cold at all. It's sad. 24th of April, that's great because it's beginning to get warm. But September, don't like it. Note the flat floor. Oh, sorry, hit the camera. Note the flat floor all the way back, or all the way to the front, I should say. And that will give us a lot of place to keep things in. Grey and fresh tanks. Under the bed, we've also got this storage down here. Proper drawers note. There as well. Heating at the side. Heating at the other side as well as a drawer. And of course, we've got the washroom drawers. Here. Storage. Storage. Now this will have approximately 1,700 kilos of payload on a 5.5 ton basis, approximately. And you know, even with the tanks full, so it's 170 litres in the 220 in the fresh water, 170 in the wastewater. That's, you've still got really pile of stuff to play with there, plus pile of weight you can add to it. 3 burners, sink, storage under it, and very clever storage. I like this. This comes out, this comes out. For example, notice how close it is, but they don't hit each other. And so I think that's the difference between a quality build and a non-quality build, for example. And of course it does come with a horrendous price. There's your wine cellar and storage above. Also got coffee machine and this thing here for glasses, 4 of them. And there you go, fridge and freezer from Dometic. 3-way fridge, so it's using gas as well. Pull out pantry. I think these pull out pantries are brilliant. I get the impression that uses isn't anything wasted behind the end of it as well, so it's built to order. Table will turn round. Got this enormous television here if you don't watch the one in the back, or if there's 2 of you and you want to watch different things. The sideboard's the same colour as the dashboard up there, and this one is on a Fiat automatic 9-speed gearbox. Now for 2022 season, this is still using the 7th generation Fiat, but on, even though it's a 2022 van, there will be now possible bigger screens up front, greater music possibilities, DAB and whatever else it's got. There is the reversing camera, which I think will also be the possibility in the future of having the reversing camera up there as well. Now another feature is the door, which I shall now close. Carthago is in the process of introducing security doors, or more secure doors, central locking as well, and with central locking for all the outer flaps, not just the driver's side and habitation door. And this one here is one of the older doors, but there will be these security doors with reinforced hinges as well. says here push, so we'll push it, and that shows us the current score as far as the time's concerned, the lighting, the battery, the water capacity, how much water we've got, how much wastewater is to throw out, etc. You can also see yourself as you're leaving, as you'd want to do. Come around here, got this enormous garage. This comes with one of these things for bicycles. So what happens here, you can stick your bicycle wheels down there, so there's a place for them, and then the bicycles would go in there. Very good idea as a cyclist, I can say. Lights, now we've got full LED headlights, although a number of vehicle manufacturers are now doing this, but Carthago started a couple of years ago. And the advantage of that is over halogens, apparently, I saw they say 15 to 20% more visibility. I presume by that they mean distance. You can see the double floor here, which I think is quite outstanding. So let's have a look at the same vehicle, but on a Mercedes basis. I don't think I mentioned the storage here. And so this thing here is I think it's the same in fact, except the engine. So and the layout's a bit different as well. But anyway, so if you want to see what the looks like. Oh, it's a Fiat. Sorry, I'll get my vehicles mixed up. This one's a Fiat, so it's going to look more or less the same up front, and the rear slightly different. What could be behind the doors? German layout, but instead of a television up here, we've got this instead. Right, so we'll have a look at this Chic C line here. I53QB SL, 350 kilos in the rear, which I don't think I mentioned, and this is also a Fiat Ducato 40 heavy, face-to-face layout. This one, however, the door opens like that. Smaller washing area. Queen bed as well. In here, I'll look at this one. Chic C line. This is the i4.9 LE. Now it's a fair bit shorter. 739 centimeters, 107,000 base price. Empty weight 3,150. So on a, you can put, even if you had put 4,250, it's still quite a lot of payload. Though the prices are considerably more than they were when I started doing this, but there are at present there's major supply difficulties. Costs have increased enormously, and So I mean, that is absolutely to be expected. Costs have to be passed on to the final customer. And because there's greater demand, the cost of used vehicles as well is shooting up. So that is why you have to pay more for things. Yeah, I'll show you a few more vans as well. This is no longer a Chic C line. This one here is the C Tourer. It's on a semi-integrated basis, 4.8 LE. And if you like the first one, let's see if I can find something that's a bit cheaper. So this thing here, you've got a price 90,280, 735 centimeters long. Empty weight's now under 3 tons. You put it on a 4.5 ton basis. If you want, you can put it on a 3.5 ton basis. I'll probably put it on a 3.5 ton basis, if only to allow me to pay less on the motorway and things like that. Very nice view all around. And now it is somewhat similar, but not entirely similar. Let's have a look in here to start off with. So there we have the toilet and the washroom together. There's me in the mirror, and here we have a large wardrobe with more storage beneath it. Here we have a way of closing off this part, but note how that works. That just comes across there, and if I wanted to, there you go, close it like that, and then we can lock it. That didn't quite work there, that's work now. And that gives you, that effectively is a dressing area. And even I'll close it this side as well, because even though it's a bit on the somewhat enclosed, I'll turn the thing around, you can see me. Bit squashed in here, but it is a dressing area, because in front right there I have got a wardrobe. And as soon as I've got the thing on me, you can see what the shower looks like. Still quite a lot of room here. I'll turn it around there. But yes, it is a bit more of a squash. I don't know why I'm so keen on the dressing areas. There's probably a reason for it. Oh, I'll show you this as well. There, see how far it goes across. Fits in there. Here we've got pull-out pantry. Pretty good. Now, as it's a semi-integrated model, the storage here is going to be less than you find in an integrated. But even so, as you can tell, it does go in quite a way. This side too. Now, in August 2021, a new Mercedes version of the C Tourer was introduced, and this is it. This thing here comes at a cost of, well, 101,000 nearly, and 706 centimeters in, and empty weight 2,810. This one is on a Mercedes Benz, of that I'm certain. And well, actually, I thought the other one was as well when I looked at it from the outside, but then again, you can't tell in an integrated model anyway. So for those wanting a Mercedes, here you've got a interesting approach, very similar. I have to say, of course, that there's no real difference, in my opinion, between the Mercedes and the Fiat When you drive them, yeah, there is a little bit, but you know, the fact it's on a Fiat personally wouldn't put me off. And I know the joke sort of fix it again tomorrow, but that's how I feel it. And also, all the time, note in all of these vehicles, you've still got this deep double floor which goes all the way back. I think this is, I think they're all very nice vehicles. Here's a Citura, which is on the Fiat, and 148. So it's got the LE, it's got a German version in it. And so this thing here is going to cost 97,390, empty weight 2,830. So notice how much the weight, though, as the prices have gone up, the weight has come down. And there's a bed up here. Do you want to see the bed come down? Let's see if it's connected first. No, it's not. It's been disconnected. It is working because the green light came on, but people do that deliberately to stop people like me coming in and playing with them and then breaking them. So, German version here at the back. We've got the stairs which come in and out, so I'll put them back. There you go. See that? So that's how much space there is coming into the bed. And there's me. So here, this one here's got a queen bed, Citura, and this thing here is going to cost 123,000, empty weight 3 tons, and it's 761 centimeters long. So that's quite a success in weight reduction. Empty, well, I can't say how much is empty because it depends on the frame. An empty Sprint is about 2,400, something like that. I know, I think Mercedes claims it's 2,200, but anyway, that's just from experience. A different form of storage, but once more you've got the reversing camera there, and let's have a look at this. Plenty of space in there. Television. In this showroom, the vehicles they've put are largely queen beds and German layouts, but there's none with my favourite width-wise bed available. This thing here, 109,350, Citura integrated 148 LE, empty weight 2,910, 739 centimeters in length. So this one here has, right, the door comes out like that, toilet similar to one we've already seen, comes with a curved way of closing the door. So that's the door closed from this side. Well, it goes a bit further, in fact. There you go. And if I close it from this side, it will look like this. There you go, in bed. One thing that looks a bit odd though is this, when you're in, doesn't quite match, doesn't quite look right. And that's it. Yeah, that looks as though, it looks a bit as though it's that some kind of tape has been used to repair it. It isn't. It's, as you can see from here, it's this part here. It doesn't quite work. I think the way to make that work would have had the same all the way up, in my opinion. Anyway. Now this is a lightweight model and the weight is quite impressive. It's going to cost 102,785. Empty weight, let's say 2,900, so it's going to give you 600 kilos. On the 3.5, 7 meters, 227, 289. 7 meter long van with an empty weight of 2,900. But it'll get even better in a couple of vans time. So this one here comes obviously with the German layout here. The bed, I think you need, getting into the bed, you have to put the toilet on one side and the washroom on the other. This one has a sensible sliding door, which you can see down there. Here we have the super lightweight version. Now what's clever about this, it's only 212 centimeters in width. This thing here has an empty weight of 2,760. It costs 98,000 and 695 centimeters long. So this vehicle has got a floor space much smaller than my, not much, a little bit smaller than my own, but it's got so much more space. It's smaller, but it's got more space. How is that achievable? That is through the double floor, and probably also being better thought out. It's got a much bigger washroom than my own vehicle. It's got a bigger fridge. I think that goes without saying. The kitchen is smaller, but okay, I'm not fussy about kitchens. And this bit here is bigger as well, so everything's bigger, and it's got a German layout at the rest of the bed's much bigger, so it's done this in a smaller space. Right, okay, now the tables are roughly the same size as well, I would say. What it does have, storage in the floor, which mine doesn't have. I'm really keen on, mind you, wardrobes under the bed, so I suppose with two of them together, that's the same size as mine. What I am really keen on doing is to get one of these, but with a widthwise layout at the back. So you've got this huge amount of storage at the back. Fantastic. And this one here is even smaller. This vehicle, 212 centimeters in width, 667 in length, empty weight 2,700. It costs 93,500. So you can even put in a 4,250 basis if you wanted to. And if you got rid of that bed up there, it would be even lighter. Table roughly the same size as in the other vehicle. It's got a German layout at the back. You've got storage under the bed. and quite a lot, but you can't really see it because that thing's full of stuff. So how about this one here? There you go, that's a better. And if you want a light on, just put the light on. Oh, the light's not working. But anyway, huge amount of storage. Oh, this is nice. And same washroom as in the other one. This is the vehicle that appeals to me the most, I think, or maybe the longer one, slightly longer. Seeing as I've learned how to drive a 7-meter van, it's got a tapering front, so that makes it a little bit easier to drive, I think. But it's so small. Oh, and even this chair is molded to the shape of the passenger chair. It'll go forward and the passenger chair will stick in there as well. And you've got the same double floor. Well, it's not quite the same, it's a bit smaller. But as you can see, the price isn't all that, you know, from the really luxurious C-line double axle, there isn't a huge amount of difference on the price front, really. About 25% starting at the base price. For example, here I'll show you some of the Malibu motorhomes as well. Now the Malibu was started off as a I think that it was started off as the camper van brand. So this thing here is going to cost, it's about 100,000 by the time everything's added. The price isn't actually written down here. This 750 centimeters long. So it was the camper van brand. So my camper van was a Carthago Malibu camper van, and the brand was resuscitated as the cheaper brand of Carthago. So it might lack some of the features, but what the features are that it lacks, I personally can't see. It has a different color. It has this lighter color, which in my opinion doesn't look so good. It looks cheaper, but you know, if they used the same color inside, it would look just, in my opinion, it would look just as exclusive. So that shows the German layout in this position. I think that's the maximum. It is indeed the maximum position for the beds. Note this one here is longer than that one. Obviously the shower there, and this is just the same as in the Carthago motorhomes. So you say 100,000, that doesn't seem much cheaper to me. Well, it isn't. You know, it isn't at all. Base price 88,000. It's just a touch cheaper. We're talking here less than 10% than some of the Carthago models. So have a look. That was the 490 LE. We'll have a look at the 441 with the German layout, and this thing here, we're looking at a price of, there you go, well over 90,000. And this thing here, 667 long, 227 wide, 294. Now I was singing the praises of the other 667 centimeter long motorhome, same layout, only that one was 212 centimeters wide. This is a wider, so it's 15 centimeters wider, and other than that it's more or less exactly the same. Now for me, it does have this toilet sort of thing here, so the toilet door stay open there, and you've got this big area in here. It's not a dressing room really because you can't close it at this end, but it does give a lot of space. But for me, that super lightweight is definitely the one I would want. Here we have a semi-integrated Malibu 430 LE. It's not quite the cheapest, but it's almost the cheapest as far as Malibu motorhomes are concerned. So you got base price 71,140. This one's going to cost 81,500. It's 690 centimeters long by 227, and it has empty weight 2,730. Please note, I'm saying the empty weight, not the ready to go weight, because there's no clear definition of what ready to go means. Once there's a clear definition, I might start using it. But different companies have different amounts. Here in Carthago, it's 180 kilos. So I like the steps getting up into that, and they also sort of slide backwards and forwards. Let's see if I can push this back. No, I can't, because I actually put the pillow behind it when I was filming this one. Did the in-depth one on this. Okay, right. Here we've got some camper vans. Even the camper vans can be pretty expensive. There's one to my right, which is 75,000. The others here got 62,000. So this is the star vehicle, which is the Carthago linea for 2. And oh, you can see that in different video. S plus E line. And so I've taken you around the showroom. I've shown you the cheaper vehicles as well as this one, which is pretty expensive. Oh, now the door is open. I shall close the door. Let's see what it looks like in here. As far as I'm concerned, this always needs to be on the left hand side, and those many Mercedes models now putting it on the right hand side, in the gangway that is. And if you're driving on the right, then I want it on the right. Otherwise it just gets in the way. And this new method, and it's not that new, Mercedes has done it for 6 years, so there's double click. I can never get it to work properly. Anyway, that's me. Oh, and there's a look at it from a completely new angle. Alright, so nice looking door. There's the double floor and the tag axle. Let's close this door as well. Oh, feel the resistance, which is never a bad thing, I think. And we'll close this one at the same time. Sorry, I didn't mean to do it that hard. And right, so there you have it. Chic C line, double what do you call it? Tag axle motorhome here at Aulendorf, Germany, where Carthago vans are built, Carthago City. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you found that of interest, and if you did, thanks for staying with me for almost 40 minutes. So all the best from Aulendorf, Germany.